couple of months ago, we had an exchange about Ernst Jünger's famous
Oh yeah, great
book,
book.
Storm of Steel.
Yep.
You were very fascinated by that book, which has been published roughly 100 years ago,
Yeah.
about Jünger's experiences in the First World War. Why is that book so important for you?
Well, I read a lot of books, and for some reason I'm like fascinated by war and history in general. I thought that Jung's book was, an excellent first-hand account of World War I, and I mean, it's certainly, I think, a lesson taken from that book is we don't ever want to do that again. That's for damn
That's
sure.
interesting that yeah, that's good. That's good that you're saying that, because there's a big controversy around that book, and some people are saying this is glorifying war.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
And other people are saying it
Makes it
is a
sound-
warning for not having a war ever again. So you're clearly in the second camp.
Well, I think like those who don't like Jung's book are basically, just because it's not 100% anti-war in the most extreme way, then therefore it's bad.
No, it's like a report. It's just neither
Yeah, he's just saying this is what
positive
happened
nor
to me.
negative. It's just describing what happened in a terrible way.
Yes, I mean nobody's reading that book and say I want to do that. I want to do that. That sounds. I mean, he makes it very clear. It's a very terrible situation. But he also said like it's not like there's no good that comes out of even a terrible situation. There's some good that comes out of it, but it's overwhelmingly bad. So it's just really interesting to I think read about history. I mean, learn the lessons of history, such that we do not repeat the mistakes of the past.
Well, we know that saying history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, and we see a rhyme
Yeah.
these days. Back to the bigger strategic picture. I mean, the terrible actions of Putin are to a certain degree also a result of strategic mistakes that Europe, particularly Germany, has made. The dropout of nuclear energy.
Actually, can I just say I think it's very important that Germany not shut down its nuclear power stations. I think this is extremely crazy.
I just wanted to ask a question on that, because if we really want to reduce Putin's power and Europeans and Germany's dependence on Russian energy, this works only through decarbonization. So my question
Yes.
to you is, should we have even more nuclear energy in order to get faster independent from Putin and to
Yes.
resolve the
Yes,
climate issues?
I want to be super clear. In my opinion, Germany should not only not shut down the nuclear power plants, it should reopen the ones that shut down. And those are the fastest ones to restart. It's crazy to shut down nuclear power plants. Now, especially like if you're in a place where there's not natural disasters, so like if you're maybe somewhere where there's severe earthquakes or tsunamis or something like that, it's more, of a question mark as to, I mean, maybe, but if there's not like massive natural disaster risk, which Germany does not have, then there's really no danger with the nuclear power plants.
And you don't see any safer alternatives that could have a similar effect? So solar and wind is not going to do it. Do you have any other ideas in mind about future energy policy?
I think long term, most of civilization's energy is going to come from solar, and then you need to store it with a battery because obviously the sun only shines during the day, and sometimes it's very cloudy. So you need solar batteries will be the main long-term way that civilization is powered. But between now and then, we need to maintain nuclear. I can't emphasize enough. Please do not shut down the nuclear power plants, and please reopen the ones that have been shut. This is total madness to shut them down. I want to be clear. Total madness.
Let's see whether your very clear words are heard in
I'm
Europe
trying
and
to
have
use the
consequences in
strongest.
Germany.
I'm trying to use the strongest words.
Yeah.
I would say this is a national security risk. It's not like, listen, playtime is over. Okay, obviously, playtime is over. This is a national security. It's a national security risk to shut these things down.
It's another bitter lesson of that war. It is not only an issue with regard to climate. It is very much an issue.
It's a national
with
security
regard to
risk,
national
and it's a
security.
climate issue for replacing. I think people don't understand, like, the coal power plants, because of their emissions, they cause a certain number of deaths every year, far more dangerous than nuclear power plants.